Coming up on Aging and Awesome, when a spouse's health declines and they need care, a local couple found a way to live together even though they are apart, and their connection has never been stronger through the power of memories. We'll show you how, coming up.
The spice of life is a good meal. We're heading to the kitchen with some good eating to stay aging and awesome. Hello, and welcome to Aging and Awesome. I'm your host, Joe Della Ripa.
And I'm Kai Sisson. Thanks for tuning in. We are so excited to bring Northern Nevada this new and exciting opportunity to learn about the amazing resources in our community for seniors and their families while having a lot of fun doing it. Stay tuned for that.
But first, the stories we're starting to find in our community are showing all of us, yes, aging is challenging, but finding beauty in the small things will get us through.
For Jim and Carolyn Hansen, dementia isn't driving them apart, but much closer together. Lend a Hand's Shannon Benetti shows us how.
Jim and Carolyn Hansen have been married for 66 years. They met in college at a dance and instantly fell in love.
I spotted her across the room and said, she's the one.
It's an easy memory for him to recall, just like their wedding day, their honeymoon, and the years that followed. But for Carolyn, it takes images, stories, and a gentle reminder, all neatly tucked together in a scrapbook Jim made himself.
He loves it, and it's a memory jogger, and she needs that.
Carolyn has dementia and lives on a different floor of the retirement community. They see each other for only about an hour a day, just long enough to flip through the pages and reminisce on some of their greatest times.
You remember going to specific places and your attitude at the time you went. All of a sudden things will jump back out at you and you say, I didn't remember that, and yeah, we did do that.
Photos of them strolling hand in hand, a few of her mom and dad, and even lyrics to her favorite song.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Somehow it came up, does she still remember me? Yes. Yeah, she adores me.
Page after page, complete with captions and all, the entire album made just for Carolyn.
I started putting things together, not in the final form, but as I progressed, then I saw, okay, there is a continuity here, and these cover the years our children aren't aware of.
And though his sweetheart may have been the inspiration for the scrapbook, Jim admits he too is benefiting from his newfound hobby.
I'm impressed that my mind seems to improve by doing this.
He's crafted more than 30 scrapbooks over the last 6 months and says it gets easier every time.
The hardest part is starting. Where do I start? And the old cliche, start at the beginning, is about what you have to do.
His advice? Track down the photos, set out the material, and just get going.
I would urge anyone to put together something like this.
And even if you think you can't, you can.
Though I get the same reaction that, hey, that's great, but I could never do it. Yes, you could. Just make up your mind that you'd like to.
A creative way to showcase love, life, and memories that'll live on long after Jim and Carolyn are gone.
Makes me feel very good that I can put this down. It's going to be preserved forever. that's quite a good feeling.
Wow, what an amazing story. Joining us now here at the beautiful Morningstar Senior Living in Spanish Springs is Wendy Norris. She is the executive director here, and Shannon Benetti, the wonderful writer, author of that fantastic story. She's with Lend a Hand in Home Care and Transportation. Wendy, I want to start with you. So Morningstar here, both independent, assisted and memory care living. Do you see this situation similar to Jim and Carolyn? Is that something that's common?
It does happen. Families will move in as a couple, maybe an independent, and someone's needs change. And what's nice about it is that we can adjust the care levels and design a support system for them without really having to move to an entirely new setting. So some of their friends stay the same, the environment is familiar with them, so it can really help ease those transitions as care changes.
That's huge, and I don't think a lot of people know about that. You can be in one place at one time meeting this need, and then as things change, you can have that different care as needed. So that's really important, and a lot of things, something people don't know. Shannon, I want to ask you, now in-home care, that's another option for people. If they want to stay at home and maybe a spouse is declining and needs some respite, needs some time off from taking care of their spouse, what exactly options do you have?
Sure. So we see this sort of thing all the time, Lend a Hand. Our caregivers are trained in dementia care. They can come in and they can assist people like Jim. He's actually a client of ours, and they can help him out get that rest that he desperately needs, because it is really hard as you start to see your loved one decline. You know, that's not an easy thing to go through. So being there for them is really important to us, and we've been a family-owned business for 26 years, so this is something we really take pride in.
Absolutely. Now, Wendy, when you have a family come in, how do you assess a need? What is the process when the family comes in to see what this is about?
It kind of depends on where they're coming in. In our independent side of our community, it really is just senior living. We don't provide any care per se, but we are a supportive environment. We do the housekeeping, maintenance, provide the meals, the social environment for them. If they just need care at some point because of an injury or an illness, we can support them in our assisted living side.
But that requires a move. It's all in the same building, but there is different.
Right. And on the assisted living level, we have caregivers 24 hours a day. Okay. We're involved a little bit more, and that does involve some medical history, physicians' involvement. We can provide support for medication administration. Other things that we can do is that safety environment, checking in on people if they're a fall risk, those types of things. And again, it can work in a family support setting where the spouse doesn't have to be that 24-hour caregiver.
Right.
They can relieve some of that stress and responsibility to trained staff that we have. And then the specialized area is our memory care, which is Reflections. And that is designed exclusively for those that have memory impairments.
And you mentioned in the assisted living section portion of the building, you guys have some medical assistance where Lend a Hand is non-medical, right?
Correct. Yeah, we're non-medical, but we do everything else that we can to help. And a lot of people don't realize it's actually for the safety of both individuals in the relationship. That
Exactly.
If there is an issue with memory care, to go into and get that help from those people, because it's so important to keep them safe and the person that's caretaking for them.
Definitely. We are classified as a non-medical environment, but we do have nurses that oversee the care, so they're a liaison with the family and the medical community. We can provide medication assistance, which has an additional level of training. We're a liaison with the medical community. We're more of a home-like environment versus it being a skilled setting, which is a skilled nursing home or a hospital.
Not clinical at all here at Morningstar. Very homey. Shannon, you know, I loved your story, and it seemed like with Jim, Lend a Hand is able to give him some quality of life to provide that amazing scrapbook for his wife.
We go into homes all the time, and every individual is different, and each person has different hobbies that they like, things that they've grown up with. There's traditions in their family, and it's our job just to preserve those traditions and those memories. And if scrapbooking is what he's into, then we're going to assist him with that, whatever it may be. We are there for them.
I love it. Well,
That support really allows him to be a husband
Yes.
and a friend as opposed to being that caregiver.
Exactly.
It relieves that stress of 24-hour worries and trying to be 2 steps ahead of everything. They've allowed him to relax and be a husband again.
Absolutely.
Did you know, as we age, our taste buds change? I met the chef at Lakeside Manor who has a taste for food through the generations.
And have you ever been to Africa? Well, Jo just got back and had the time of her life. We'll talk more about staying aging and awesome abroad after this short break. Aging and Awesome is brought to you by Lakeside Manor. Living at Lakeside Manor means pleasure for the residents and peace of mind for their families. Take a tour of Lakeside Manor today.
At Senior Care Plus, we're more than just a Medicare Advantage plan. We're your local experts in helping you understand the facts about Medicare so you can make the best decision for your health. Confused about Medicare? Then you'll want to attend our educational seminar on the ABCs of Medicare. This is not a sales meeting. It is a free seminar where you'll learn about all of your Medicare options so you can make the right choice. ABCs of Medicare. Reserve your seat today. Call or visit seniorcareplus.com.
At Caring Transitions, we often hear people say they wish they had heard of us years earlier. Relocating and downsizing can be stressful and overwhelming. As the nation's largest professional resource for household liquidation, we offer a total solution to handle every aspect of your move. Maybe you're looking to have an estate sale, downsize to a smaller home, or simply reduce years of clutter. Our experts can help. Contact Caring Transitions. We can help make life easier for your family.
Someone you love needs a little help with the ins and outs of day-to-day living. A friendly companion right at their door. A personal touch, now that's caregiving. Call on us at Lend a Hand. We're locally owned, a family business. Lend a hand, lend a hand. Our caregivers make the difference.
Welcome back to Aging and Awesome. It is so important that we eat healthy to keep our digestive system strong.
The chef at Lakeside Manor gave us some insight into food through the generations. Have a look.
Hi, we're here today at Lakeside Manor and it's lunchtime. And here is our chef, Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
Hello, Joe. How are you?
I'm good. So what's on tap for today?
Well, today is a simple dish. It's a ravioli with mushrooms, and it's a white cream sauce. Then we have an assorted mixed vegetable medley, and it's got green beans, it has yellow squash, it has zucchini, red onion, and mushrooms, and it's got wine, and it's got fresh basil.
So tell me, when people get older, sometimes their taste buds change, and they like spicy things, and they like more sweets. Is that correct?
I would say less on the spicy things, more on the sweet things. You can always get them to eat dessert. A lot of grilled cheese, a lot of macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes and gravy, lots of comfort food, a lot less grease, and then they like their heavier meal earlier and the light meal later at night, and soup being the most important in the evening.
That sounds... Well, you know, when they get older, as they get older, their taste buds change, but also you want to think about nutrition, and so I'm sure you have to keep up on that part.
Well, absolutely, and it changes all the time. We just try to go with the freshest, best vegetables that we can find with local produce. The other thing is sodium, obviously, sodium intake, and so. This generation, obviously, we don't have a lot of the gluten-free yet, so we don't deal with that, but we deal with mostly the sodium, a lot of diabetic diets, not so much the calorie count here, but people just that have a restricted diet because of diabetes.
Okay, Jerry, that was really interesting, and thanks a lot. Now let's go eat.
Let's do it.
It was interesting to know that he's so into what the people like, the taste buds, how they change, and how certain foods just don't appeal to them, and he seemed to know what kind of things to give them that they would enjoy.
Comfort foods.
And also healthy.
And
Be
healthy, yeah.
at the same time.
Comfort food, but healthy
that
comfort
was
food.
interesting.
Joe, I've been over to Joe's house once or twice for your clams linguine. She's Italian, so she can cook. You like to cook yourself?
I love to cook, and I love to eat good food. So that's why I cook.
Is that the key to being 86 or 7? How old are you, 80 something?
86 going on 87.
Going on 16.
Right.
All right, Joe, I know you just went to Africa. So you love to travel. You went to New Zealand before that. You really like to do that. And we have some pictures here I want to talk about. So I noticed you have this wonderful picture with a local guy. Tell me about him.
Went to a local house for a meal, to share a meal, and very, very nice young man, so smiley, and I told everyone he was my fiance. I said, we just got engaged.
You just got engaged. You have a ring on your finger. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
People believe you when you say that because that's kind of your
personality.
Yeah. Great. So you went over to his house and you went on a safari too.
Went on 3 safaris.
Whoa.
And one safari was mostly to look for the elephants. We saw many, many elephants, lots of giraffes, lots of impalas. Monkeys, there weren't that many monkeys in the safari, but other than that, there were monkeys around the hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And they like to get food that's left over and take food off your plate.
Really? And so 3
Right.
safaris, Joe. Did your rear end hurt? Because I mean, you're bouncing up and down the dirt.
No, it was
And
fun.
You had fun?
I enjoyed it.
And the
It
group
was
you went
fun,
with, I
yeah.
mean, tell me a little bit about them.
Nice people.
From
There
all
was-
over the world?
There were mostly, there were couples from back east, and one couple from Arizona, and one from Chicago, and nice people that enjoy traveling, that have done a lot of traveling.
Why do you travel? What is your mentality behind getting outside of Reno?
I'm just curious. I always loved geography when I was growing up, and I'm curious to see firsthand, and also to meet the people.
Mm-hmm.
People are my thing. I love meeting people, and people from different countries, and it's always been a pleasure, and always feel real happy about it.
You've been blessed with good health.
And my health, I've been fortunate. As long as I'm healthy and I can do what I do, I'll just continue to do it.
And even if it's not going around Africa, you love little things like
Oh,
around
yeah.
Virginia Lake or up to Tahoe or...
Walking is my favorite. I walk every day, and I think that we have so many places that we can enjoy here in Reno.
That's right. Awesome, Joe. All right, another week of Aging and Awesome, and that means we're going for a spin in Kai's cab. That's next. Stay tuned. Aging and Awesome is brought to you by The Continuum. They provide rehabilitation therapies and wellness programs, including an adult day club. Call The Continuum at 829-4700 for more info.
I still living. Tell me I'm wrong. Would I be forgiven if I wanna walk like you? Swinging it back when I want. When I find myself next to them, don't you forget about me. I won't tell nobody. When I find myself next to them, don't you.
Life is story. Pages of amazing adventure and narrow escapes. Bold steps taken, races run, chapters on love and hard lessons and new beginnings. Your life, your legacy, our privilege to serve. Morningstar Senior Living.
Welcome back to Aging and Awesome. Anyone turning 65 out there? It's an achievement, no doubt, but with that comes a daunting detail for your birthday bash. Medicare is here, but have no fear.
It is difficult. It's daunting. It's scary. So we do a couple of things towards that. We conduct a seminar I call the ABCs of Medicare. So you can come in, it's not a sales presentation at all. In fact, we're precluded from any of those activities during those presentations. So it's a safe way for you to just come in and hear, what is Part A? What is Part B? What is Part C? What is Part D? How does that affect me? Do I need this? What's the ramifications of doing nothing? Because those can be severe. There's penalties involved if you don't sign up when you're supposed to. Then you miss your initial opportunity. It's frustrating from my end when somebody comes in and says, well, nobody ever told me this would happen. So we're trying to get that message out. I would encourage anybody who's close to Medicare, or who is even on Medicare, doesn't really understand it, to come to it. They've got nothing to lose but some time.
Check out the ABCs of Medicare at the Hometown Health Office off Professional Circle in South Reno this January 16th from 6 to 7 p.m. And if you can't make this one, there's other dates too. Just head to our website, agingandawesome.com. Mental stimulation is just as important as physical, and each week I'll be taking a senior out in the Lend a Hand in-home care and transportation van to ask them a few trivia questions. And if they get 4 out of 6 right, they'll win a special prize to one of Reno's greatest restaurants. Let's take a spin in Kai's Cab. Taking off in Kai's Cab today is Lakeside Manor resident Ron. Ron, how you doing? You doing good?
Yes, I am.
Well, let's see. We have some great questions to ask you today. Are you ready to play Kai's Cab?
Am I going to what?
Are you going to win? You ready to win in Kai's Cab?
Yeah, sure.
That's right. Well, we're going to take a little spin here around Virginia Lake. All right, first question. Spinach is high in what mineral? Is it A, calcium, B, magnesium, or C, iron?
Iron.
That's correct. That was quick. I usually give you 15 seconds, but you're a quick-witted son of a gun, Ron. You must have had something good to eat today at Lakeside Manor. Maybe? No? Yes? Yeah. No? All right, that was an easy one for you, Ron. How about a little harder one?
Okay.
Gus, the Central Park polar bear, was the first animal to ever be treated with what? Is it A, Prozac, B, Ritalin, or C, Cialis?
What was the question again?
Gus the polar bear was he's a Central Park polar bear in the Central Park Zoo in New York.
Yeah.
Gus, he was the first animal to ever be treated with what? Is it A, Prozac, B, Ritalin, or C, Cialis?
What was the last one?
Cialis. You got it. It's a tough question, I know. Was it Cialis, Prozac, or Ritalin?
Prozac.
That's correct! He was a little depressed. They knew he was sad. Sad polar bear. But Cialis could be a antidepressant too, right?
Yeah, well, he'd be jumping everything in the zoo.
Love it. Thank you so much, Ron, for having a sense of humor in Kai's Cab. All right, question number 3. You're 2 for 2. You're doing great. That one I thought people would get wrong. You got it right. Okay. Third question, Ron. What does the F in FBI stand for?
Federal.
I thought you're good, man. Federal what? What is BI?
Federal Bureau of Investigation.
That was an extra bonus question. You got it right. Good job, sir. All right, your fourth and final question. We're circling back around here to Lakeside Manor is...
Beg your pardon?
Your next question is...
Okay.
According to the old proverb, what European capital city all roads lead to where? Is it A, Amsterdam, B, Rome, or C, Paris?
Rome.
You are the first ever 4 for 4 contestant on Kai's Cab. Ron, congratulations. You are the winner of a fantastic prize today. we're taking Lakeside Manor residents, all of our winners, out to Liberty Food and Wine in downtown Reno on a to-be-determined date, but you're invited.
Okay.
Because you're smart cookie, you. Thanks for playing Kai's Cab, Ron. You're the man. We're heading back.
Well, that's our show. I had fun, Kai.
You always have fun. Our challenge for you this week, take it from Jim and Carolyn. Start a scrapbook and remember the happy times in life forever.
We'll see you right back here next week, 7 p.m. on Channel 2.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and also visit our website, agingandawesome.com, for more information on anything you saw here on the show. Thanks for watching, and thanks to the Whitney Peak for letting us use their fabulous room here. We'll see you next week.
We feel that cultivating positive and harmonious advertising partner relationships is paramount to the success of the show.
Home. A home is something people build so that they can live with those they love. Town. When a bunch of homes exist in a given area, they call themselves a town. In towns, you often hear words like friend and neighbor. Health. Someone is said to be in good health when their mind, body, and spirit are thriving. This occurs when people come together to help one another through compassion and caring. Homes and towns and health. Each inspiring comfort, confidence, and support, and all of which we stand for here at Hometown Health. We are your only local not-for-profit health insurance provider, and there is a difference because through us, you'll have access to the region's largest physician network by way of Renown Health, along with game-changing wellness programs, convenient health management tools, and thoughtful service from local people who may very easily be your neighbors. Your home, your town, your health. And a company that celebrates it all. Hometown Health. Start your wellness journey today. Go to hometownhealth.com.
Someone you love needs a little help with the ins and outs of day-to-day living. A friendly companion right at their door. A personal touch, now that's caregiving. Call on us at Lend a Hand. We're locally owned, a family business. Lend a hand, lend a hand. Our caregivers make the difference.